You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. What if I told you that losing, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a lifelong dream, doesn't have to break you? In fact, it can make you stronger than ever. Most people see loss as the end of the road, but the Stoics saw it as an opportunity to master yourself. In this video, we're going to explore the art of losing without losing yourself, a timeless Stoic skill that turns setbacks into stepping stones. You'll learn how to keep your inner peace unshaken, even when the world feels like it's falling apart. No more spiraling into regret, no more letting life's blows define who you are. Because here's the truth. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about standing back up with more clarity, strength, and purpose than before. Stay with me until the very end, because what you're about to hear isn't just philosophy, it's a toolkit for your mind. And by the time we're done, you'll know exactly how to face any loss without ever losing yourself. Number 1, embrace loss as a natural part of life, not a personal failure. Loss, it's something everyone faces, yet something many of us resist with all our might. When things slip through your fingers, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a goal, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeing that loss as a personal failure. But here's the truth you need to hear. Losing is not a reflection of your worth or your ability. It's simply part of the natural ebb and flow of life. The Stoics understood this deeply. One of the great Stoic emperors reminded himself that loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Nature itself is a master of transformation. Leaves fall, rivers shift course, seasons turn. So why should you be surprised or ashamed when your own life shifts? You have to reframe loss. Stop treating it like a judgment on who you are or what you deserve. Instead, see it as an invitation, a challenge to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You're not defined by what you lose, but by how you respond. Here's the power in that. You control your reaction. You can choose to see loss as a doorway, not a dead end. When you embrace this mindset, you release yourself from the crushing weight of shame and regret. You open space for learning and renewal. The great Seneca wrote, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." But those ambitions are tested by loss, so embrace it. Let the discomfort teach you patience. Let the momentary pain sharpen your resolve. Instead of shrinking back, stand firm. Now, how do you start doing this? First, practice observing your losses without judgment. When something slips away, don't rush to label it a failure. Take a deep breath. Reflect on what's within your control and what's not. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. Focus your energy only on what you can change and let the rest go. Next, try this exercise. When faced with loss, write down 3 things you can learn from the experience. They don't have to be big or profound, just honest observations. This shifts your mindset from victimhood to active growth. Also, remind yourself daily, this too is part of life. Say it slowly, like a mantra. It anchors you in reality, reminding you that loss is universal, not personal. Remember, resilience isn't about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. It's about carrying yourself with dignity when the world tries to knock you down. When you accept loss as natural, you protect your inner self from breaking. So commit to this shift. Embrace loss not as failure, but as the Stoics did, as a necessary rhythm in the dance of life. When you do, you don't just survive losses, you rise through them. Number 2, maintain control over your reactions, regardless of external outcomes. When you face loss, disappointment, or failure, the natural impulse is to let your emotions run wild, to react sharply, to feel crushed, or to spiral into frustration. But here's the secret the Stoics whisper through time. You don't have to lose yourself in the storm. Your power lies in controlling how you respond, no matter what happens outside. Think about this: the world will always throw curveballs. You will stumble, plans will fall apart, outcomes won't match your hopes, but no one can force your mind or spirit to collapse. That choice, the choice to hold steady inside, is yours alone. A Stoic emperor who ruled amid chaos reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." You must internalize this. You must make it your armor. Now, controlling your reactions doesn't mean shutting down your feelings or pretending you're fine when you're not. It means recognizing the raw surge of emotion, feeling it fully, and then choosing what to do next. You can acknowledge anger, sadness, or disappointment without being ruled by them. That's a subtle but crucial difference. Your feelings are messengers, not dictators. Here's a practical way to start. When something hits you hard, pause, just pause, take a deep breath. Let yourself feel the moment without immediate judgment or action. Ask yourself, is this reaction helping me? Is it who I want to be? You're creating a space where your response is a conscious decision, not a knee-jerk reaction. This tiny pause builds a bridge between stimulus and response. Over time, it becomes a habit, a powerful habit of self-mastery. Another key step is to remind yourself daily, external events are beyond your control. What you can control is your perception, your attitude, your inner dialogue. Epictetus, another great Stoic, said it best. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Say that aloud. Feel it. Repeat it when chaos knocks at your door. And here's a challenge for you. Start a simple journal practice. Each evening, reflect on moments you lost your calm or felt overwhelmed. Write down what triggered you and how you responded. Then, imagine how you could have responded with more control. This isn't about judgment or guilt. It's about becoming aware and designing your reactions with intention. You might notice something remarkable. The more you practice this, the less external chaos shakes your core. Your peace becomes a sanctuary that no loss or failure can invade. You begin to own your experience rather than being owned by it. So don't wait for the perfect moment to master your reactions. It's happening right now with every breath you take. You are the captain steering your ship. Weather the storms, yes, but do it with calm, with clarity, with control. In this way, even when you lose, you never truly lose yourself. Number 3, use setbacks as opportunities to build inner strength and wisdom. You know, setbacks happen. They come crashing in when you least expect them, disrupting your plans, shaking your confidence, and tempting you to give up. But what if I told you that each setback is not a dead end, but a doorway? A doorway to something far greater than just surviving failure. An invitation to build the kind of inner strength and wisdom that no success alone can teach you. The Stoics understood this deeply, said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Think about that for a second. The very obstacles that feel like walls blocking your path, they are, in fact, the path itself. They are the raw material for your growth. So what if you started seeing setbacks not as humiliations or losses, but as deliberate teachers? Not as reasons to lose yourself in frustration or despair, but as opportunities to cultivate resilience. Every time something goes wrong, you get a chance to practice something vital: patience, humility, courage, and self-awareness. Each difficulty invites you to pause, reflect, and respond with intention instead of reacting blindly. Here's the truth. It's easy to feel beaten down when life doesn't go your way. But it's in those moments when everything inside you wants to shrink or rage that your inner strength is forged. You have to remind yourself, this is where the real work happens. You don't lose yourself here, you find yourself. You sharpen your spirit. Now I want you to try something. Next time you face a setback, pause. Don't rush to fix it or blame others. Take a few deep breaths. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? What is this moment teaching me about my limits and how I might surpass them? Write down your answers. This simple practice trains your mind to search for wisdom instead of defeat. And remember, Stoicism isn't about ignoring pain or pretending to be unshakable. It's about accepting what's beyond your control and focusing on what you can control, your attitude and your response. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So when life knocks you down, your power lies in how you choose to stand back up. Developing this mindset is a habit, and like any habit, it takes practice. Celebrate small victories, moments when you didn't crumble under pressure, when you responded with calm or insight. Let these moments build on each other until resilience becomes second nature. You have the power to transform setbacks into stepping stones, to turn loss into wisdom, to lose without losing yourself. So, lean into the discomfort. Welcome the challenge. Your inner strength is waiting, and it grows only when tested. In the end, losing isn't a failure. It's an art, a necessary brushstroke in the masterpiece of your life. And every stroke brings you closer to the resilient, wise person you're meant to be. Number 4, detach your self-worth from temporary external circumstances. Look, this is huge. Your value isn't tied to the wins or losses flashing across your daily scoreboard. Your worth isn't pinned to a promotion, a relationship, a missed opportunity, or a tough break. Those things, they come and go. They're like weather, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy. But you are something far more stable. You are the sky itself. The ancient Stoics nailed this when they said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." That means your suffering comes from the way you interpret what happens, not from the events themselves. You have the power. You can choose what truly matters. So here's your challenge. Stop letting external stuff, fame, failure, praise, criticism, dictate how you feel about yourself. That's a habit worth breaking today. When you tie your self-worth to what's fleeting, you become a puppet to circumstances. And the moment the strings snap, you feel lost, small, empty. Instead, anchor your self-worth inside. Root it deep in who you are at your core, your values, your effort, your integrity. These things don't vanish when you lose a game, get turned down, or face rejection. They remain. They are you. When you face setbacks, remind yourself, this is just a moment. It does not define me. Want a practical exercise? Try this. Every morning, look in the mirror and say out loud, "My worth is not measured by what happens outside of me. I am whole regardless." Say it until you believe it. Then, throughout your day, when a blow hits pause, catch the voice in your head that says, "I am less because of this." Challenge it. Replace it with, "This situation is temporary. My value is permanent." Another exercise. Journal at night about 3 things you did well, regardless of outcome. Focus on effort, kindness, resilience, or patience. Anything that reflects your inner character, not external results. Over time, you'll see your worth isn't a scoreboard. It's a steady flame that no loss can extinguish. Remember wisdom. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. That strength comes when you refuse to give your power away to things you cannot control. Loss is inevitable, but losing yourself, that's optional. You're stronger than your setbacks. You're more than your circumstances. By detaching your self-worth from the temporary, you build a fortress inside, a resilient foundation that no defeat can shake. This is the essence of Stoic resilience. This is the art of losing without losing yourself. So start today. Choose to own your value, independent of what life throws at you. It's your most powerful act of freedom. Number 5, cultivate resilience by focusing on what you can control, not what you can't. When life hands you loss, disappointment, or setbacks, your instinct might be to scramble for answers, wrestle with the unfairness, or try desperately to control every part of the storm. But here's the truth you must hold close. You can only truly control one thing: your own mind and actions. The rest, that's a wild river flowing beyond your reach. One of the greatest Stoic minds reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. This isn't just a feel-good phrase. It's a call to arms, to build resilience, the kind that keeps you upright and steady even when everything else seems to crumble. You have to anchor yourself in this powerful idea. So how do you start? First, you shift your attention. Instead of wasting precious energy wrestling with what's out of your control, you focus relentlessly on what is within your grasp. Your thoughts, your responses, your habits, your values, these are your fortress. Imagine your mind as a garden. You can't stop the weather, the rain, the storms, the harsh sun, but you can decide what seeds you plant, how you tend the soil, and which weeds you pull out. Every moment spent worrying about the uncontrollable is like trying to rearrange the clouds, futile and draining. Now I'm asking you, cultivate that garden. Each day, check in with yourself. Ask, what can I control right now? It might be how you breathe, how you speak to yourself, whether you get up after a setback or let despair settle in. You choose your attitude. Here's a practical exercise. When you face a loss, write down 2 lists. On one side, jot everything that's beyond your control: the actions of others, the outcome, the past, the weather, the chaos swirling around you. On the other side, list what you can influence: your effort, your perspective, your next steps. This simple act rewires your brain to focus on your sphere of power. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Your reaction is your superpower. This means even if you lose, you do not have to lose yourself. You can respond with calm, with clarity, with strength. That is resilience. Another way to cultivate this focus is to practice mindfulness daily. Spend a few minutes observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Notice when your mind drifts to uncontrollable worries. Gently bring it back. This trains you to stay rooted in the present and anchored in what you can shape. The art of losing without losing yourself is not about passivity or resignation. It's about fierce, wise control over what is truly yours, your inner world. This focus builds an unshakable core, so when external losses come, and they will, you stand firm, not broken. So start today. Shift your gaze inward. Recognize the line between what's yours to master and what is. Let go of the latter with grace. Nourish what's yours with dedication. In this practice lies the secret to true resilience. You've got this. Your mind is your kingdom. Rule it wisely. Remember, losing doesn't mean losing you. It's in those moments of setback that your true strength is forged. Like said, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. So, when life knocks you down, rise with resilience, unchanged at your core, stronger than before. If you want to build that unshakable inner fortress, keep practicing these Stoic principles daily. Embrace loss not as defeat, but as your greatest teacher. Don't just watch, take action. Reflect, adapt, and grow. If this video helped you see loss in a new light, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this reminder. Stay strong, stay steady, and never lose yourself. Until next time, keep mastering the art of resilience.